There's a strange kind of education that nobody signs up for, the one where you learn how to fall apart by watching someone else do it first. And the teacher in my case wasn't a therapist or a book or a podcast. It was my uncle, a quiet, stubborn man who lost his wife of 32 years and refused at first to let anyone see him grieve. He did what a lot of us do when the weight becomes unbearable. He got busy, almost aggressively so, filling every hour with tasks that didn't need doing, fixing things in the house that weren't broken. I watched him recaulk a bathtub at 11 o'clock at night, and I remember thinking, that is not a man healing, that is a man running. Here's the irony. I used to think grief was this loud, dramatic thing, tears at funerals and collapsing at grave sites, the cinematic version we've all absorbed from movies. But watching my uncle taught me that the quietest grief is often the most dangerous, because it disguises itself as productivity, as strength, as being fine. For months, he kept saying the phrase, "I'm keeping busy." And everyone around him nodded like that was the healthy answer, the admirable one. We socially reward avoidance, dress it up in words like resilience, and hand out gold stars to the people least willing to sit with their own pain. Then one afternoon, I watched something shift in him. He sat down in the middle of folding laundry and just stopped. He didn't cry dramatically. He just went still, like a machine that finally ran out of fuel. And in that stillness, something honest crept in. He started talking, not performing, not summarizing, actually talking about specific memories, the weird small ones, like the way she always mispronounced specifically and never wanted to be corrected. And I realized in that moment that grief is not really about the loss of a person. It's about the loss of all those tiny, irreplaceable rituals that no one else even knew existed. I filed that observation away like a lesson I hadn't been assigned yet, not knowing I'd need it badly within 2 years when I faced my own version of unraveling. When it hit me, I didn't reach for productivity as a shield, I reached for specificity. I let myself miss the small things out loud, and somehow that precision made the pain feel less like drowning and more like waiting. Here's what no one tells you about observing someone else's grief. You think you're just being supportive, but you're actually building a map you'll use later when you're lost. My uncle never meant to teach me anything. He was just surviving, and survival, it turns out, is one of the most instructive things you can witness. The biggest misconception we carry is that watching someone grieve well means watching someone hold it together, when in reality, the most useful thing my uncle ever modeled was the moment he stopped pretending. Strength in grief doesn't look like control, it looks like the courage to be ungovernable for a little while. There's also this subtle communal wisdom in grief that we dismiss too quickly, the kind that lives in the sentences people say at kitchen tables, not at podiums. My uncle's neighbor, a woman in her 70s who had outlived a husband and a son, told him once, "You don't get over it, you just get bigger than it." And I've carried that geometry ever since. Practically speaking, what I applied from all of this to my own process was a kind of disciplined permission. I gave myself windows to feel things fully, rather than letting grief leak uncontrollably into every moment. That structure didn't diminish the emotion. It actually made the emotion safer, like a controlled burn instead of a wildfire. I also learned to resist the timeline pressure, the invisible cultural deadline that suggests you should be better by some arbitrary checkpoint, as if grief runs on a fiscal quarter. My uncle took 3 full years to find his footing, and watching him not apologize for that duration was one of the quietly radical things I ever witnessed. The philosophical truth underneath all of this is that none of us are original in our suffering. We are each walking a path that millions have walked, stumbling over the same roots, resting at the same bends. That's not depressing. That's actually profoundly comforting, because it means the path exists and that people do, in fact, come out the other side. Discipline here doesn't mean suppression. It means showing up to your own grief consistently, not heroically. Process matters more than timeline. Presence matters more than performance. And the willingness to keep going, even on the days when going feels absurd, is the only strategy that actually works. If you're watching someone grieve right now and feeling helpless, know that your observation is not passive. You are receiving an education in the most fundamental human experience, and it will serve you. And if you are the one currently in it, let me offer what my uncle's journey eventually gave me. There's no wrong way to survive, only the brave, ongoing choice to keep doing it. If any of this landed with you, subscribe and go explore our other topics. There's a lot more where this came from.